We're Byron and Jill, two hands-on people with big dreams. In 2024, we jumped headfirst into our off-grid dream and purchased a 100-acre block at Mount Binga. After relocating here in 2025, our big goal right now is transforming this incredible century-old Ashgrovian Queenslander into our forever home. This isn't just a renovation, it's a complete transformation, a huge project demanding a lot of energy and time, and it's going to take everything we've got. And we'd love to have you along for the ride. Every challenge, every triumph, every step of the way.
As I drive up to the house with the plan in mind, I notice the grass has shot up an inch overnight. It's thanks to the amazing rain we've been getting. It's turning everything lush, green, fresh, but yeah, it also means a lot more mowing. I try to keep the place looking sharp with whatever time I've got on the mower. It might be 8 to 10 hours a week on the mower here at Qlder, but nothing beats cruising along, cutting that green grass down, having a clear mind, and listening to my favourite tunes. It's a pretty good feeling. Anyway, here's the house, here's the old girl. We're ready for another solid day. Let's see what we can find here today. Well, good morning everyone. Welcome back to another episode. We've been doing a bit in the last few days and we're progressing our way around the house. As you would have seen behind me, we've been getting some cladding on, getting some doors on, making the external of this house waterproof, and today's no different. We're going to work our way around the front. It's nice and early, the sun's out, it's an absolute beautiful day. I've also moved the water tank, so let's check that out. Those that have been keeping up with the episodes would have noticed the water tank was sitting just beside this one, and it was in the way a little bit, so I've been able to shift that tank out of the way a little bit. Now we have a much better view looking out from the veranda. I've built what will be a temporary permanent little wall, so now I've just got to connect these two tanks together. After the recent rainfall, our one tank's full to the brim, so it's a priority now to hook this second tank up. We've got it in location, that way we can keep catching this water. Anyway, we'll go for a little tour. All these posts are done. As you've seen, they've come up an absolute treat, ready for colour. 2 coats of primer on those, plenty of patching, plenty of time spent on them. We've got our walls all cladded, working our way around. We've still got a couple of doors here to fit, but that's okay, we'll get to that. There's our nice bay window looking out down the view. We've got this little section here on, and boy, it was tricky. You'll see that coming up. We've got another one to do, so I'll explain how I did all the angles and how we got that wall done. We've also got the entry wall done, all sealed up. We've still got a bit of plastic cladding to take off up over the roof here. Stairs are in. Everyone liked that episode, thanks for that. We liked that episode too. Front door wall's done. Ready for new front door. Haven't selected one yet, but it'll be the same size. I'll rip that jamb out, rebuild that whole entrance. Now, today what we're going to be working on is We've got a few rotten beams here. I'm going to replace them. I'm going to pull this balustrade off. It's too small in height, so it's not to code. It's rotten as well, so I'll be stripping that out. And then we're going to work our way towards the back of the house where it looks a bit worse for wear. Let's start getting this area here tidied up. We'll start with some isolation and then we'll start with some cladding. We've got some leftover boards that we'll use up instead of the new boards. They're still in good condition, so we'll get them on around here. They're all shorter lengths, saves using up full lengths. And we've got some more plastic cladding. I'll work on taking all that off and we'll just chip away at it. So follow us along on this episode. It's going to be a bit random here and there, but I'll do my best to film it and get done what we can. We've still got plenty to do going this way, but we'll take small chunks as we go, starting over here. Alright, let's do away with these balustrades. Well, they're barely hanging together. A lot of dry rot up here, and everything's a bit loose. They're only held in with a couple of hand nails, and wow, what a difference that makes already. That one was only barely hanging on. It almost just fell out. That there's absolutely rotten. Down she goes. That's really opened it up. Well, the reciprocating saw makes quick work of that. We've got a nice little metal blade on here. We're just cutting through some nails. Just like that. We got the balustrade off quicker than I thought. If you thought that was a bit brutal, don't worry. Like I say, they're rotten and they're not to code anyway. We have a height restriction there that we need to consider. And that height restriction has changed. These are set up at 840. I do believe now, I'll have to double check, so don't quote me on it. It could be 900, could be a metre. It changes every few years, the building code. It's almost a full-time job keeping up the bloody thing, to be honest with you. But when we rebuild these, we'll make sure we're just over spec, 5 or 10 mil. That way we've got no hassle with the Mr. Inspector coming along and telling us something's no good. So now that we've got that done, let's get down here and take off a few of these things and try and expose what's rotten down here. Well, that was barely hanging on. A couple of nails down through the decking boards, which I've never seen before. 1, 2, 3 nails is the only thing holding that on. Makes me wonder how this thing made it to the block on the truck, to be honest with you.
but it has been shifted twice now. Alright, now we've got a clean run at this. Have a go at that. Oh my goodness. Look at it. Absolutely rotten out. Maybe from gardens or something. A garden sleeper maybe. Dodgy, dodgy, dodgy. Well, let me show you something here. Now, if you can see what I've just exposed, looks like somebody at some point has come up with a new post under here as we go up. Oh no, what have we got? A butt join into the old rotten post with what? One hand nail? Two hand nails maybe, but I'd say have gone rusty as well. So, if you can see what I can see, the only thing holding this roof up is the load itself, with maybe two rusted hand nails into a butt joint that then was bolted through nothing and connected to the post here with only what the Qlder could get in, which is fine because they would have seen it anyway, and they probably knew I had to replace it. If that ain't the dodgiest thing you've ever seen, I don't know what is. I'm going to have to reassess this and figure something out. We might be replacing these posts after all. That might be a major. And on the other side, there's nothing but absolute junky rubbish rot. So after having a second look at this, I won't be replacing this board that I just took off quite yet. I will have to replace these posts. There's absolutely nothing left of this thing. It's falling apart in my hands. That bolt there has rusted down to about 6 mil, and I'm going to snap it off here with my bare hands. Hey? That's a bolt? Yep, that's a bolt. Oh my goodness. Now, positive from this project is that, you know, there's plenty to do otherwise. Now that we've hit that hurdle, we just got to move on. We'll come back to that and fix it, you know, down the track. I'll need to do a list of what we need to buy from the shops, get it back here, and do a fair bit of work on that, to be honest with you. But that's all right. Like I say, we've got other stuff to do. Everyone can see it. We've got quite the job of, you know, working around the rest of the house and doing what we can. So let's get stuck into that. There's this funny piece of fibro that's on the wall here that is so random it's not funny. I've sort of been trying to figure it out for a while, and what I've come up with is that one of these gutters here was obviously leaking at some point, and the water was probably trickling down the wall here, causing a fair bit of damage. That's why all this paint is just so easy to get off. Let me show you. This bit of fibro here was catching probably where a bit of water was seeping out of that little baby downpipe here, coming down the wall, causing a lot of damage. And back in the day, maybe the owner thought, hey, I know how to fix that. Instead of fixing the problem where the water leak was, let's put a piece of fibro over the wall and let the water run down the fibro. Maybe it was a feature, who knows? Maybe a waterfall feature? I don't get it. But anyway, that's got to come off, and we'll repair this gutter properly when we connect all these downpipes. But for now, it's coming off. It certainly isn't staying. That there must be an old hanger for the downpipe dropper, and that there too. And that's just made out a bit of hoop strap. Not even a plumbing part. Anyway, more dodgy stuff. Let's see what else we can find behind here. Now that board there's got a bit of damage on it. It's been split, so I'm going to try and get that board out while I'm here. We can easily slip a new board up into there. Actually, there's two boards that are damaged right there. Let's see if we can wriggle them out. Slow, Julie. He's coming out. Oh, just like that. All right. Couple of big old hand nails there. Now that will be ready for another board to slip up underneath there. No worries at all. screw there. Okay. Might not look it, but we're getting somewhere. I'll make some space here. So I like to do a bit of a clean-up as we go, depending on the job and the time of the day, what's in the way, a few things, but I always like having a clean workspace. Helps me be more efficient. I'm not standing over things. I don't have to consider what I'm going to stand on when I crouch down. And it's what I always got taught as an apprentice, to clean up as you go or clean up before you start. Either way, a clean work area is a safe and fast work area. So I've got that little section raked up. I'm going to do a bit more raking up this way, and then I'm going to pull out the mag broom and pick up any nails in this area. That way we have a fresh start for this little job. Big or small, it doesn't matter. A fresh start's a fresh start, and it just makes the job site a little bit better, puts you in the right mind frame. That way you can keep it clean as you go. I'll do a bit more raking and I'll show you the mag broom. This right here is what we call a mag broom. It's got 2 sets of wheels. It's got this little mag plate underneath here, and it sits about 20 mil off the floor, I reckon. And what it's used for is zooming around the job site after each day, picking up any nails, any bits of metal, screws, you name it. If it's underneath this mag broom, when I go over it, it's going to get picked up, as long as it's metal. It's got a handle that extends out, short and long. It's a little bit worse for wear. This mag broom's been with me for a while now, probably 4 years. And it seems to be the go. I'll show you what I mean. I'll drag it through real slow, and you can hear it pick up any nails. This is right underneath where I've been working today. And I've been pulling out plenty of nails, plenty of screws, and chipping off anything that's on the wall. So we'll see what it's got. Look at the size of this thing it picked up. Unreal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 nails and screws picked up just then. And you know what the best thing about this thing is? When you need to clean it or get rid of all that stuff on there to go for the next lap, all you got to do is pull this release lever here, and it disconnects the magnet from the broom inside somewhere, who knows, a bit technical for me. But anyway, without this thing we'd have flat tyres here everywhere, and not yet once we've had a flat tyre up on this job. That's a quick little tour around the mag broom. Let's get back to it then. This here is a daily job. Every afternoon we get out the mag broom and zoom around where we've been working, picking up anything metal, nails, screws, bits of strapping, swarf, the whole lot. So yeah, we've been pulling a lot of nails out, and I mean a lot of nails. And they do go on the ground, you can't pick them all up. Otherwise I'd have my tool belt full of old nails and screws. But anyway, well, now we've got a bit of clear space to get a bit done here. I'm just going to get to looking over this frame, work out where our cladding needs to go, just to make sure there's material behind our cladding, so when I shoot the nail gun there's something that I can shoot into. So visually I just look at all the studs, make sure everything's sound, and make sure the boards are going to go into the wall where they need to go, so we can nail on. And then we've got this step out where this bay window comes down. It's like a feature where it comes down straight and kicks out the bottom. These boards here have a 90mm overlap, different to the common board with a 140mm overlap. So that also is a feature, and that wraps around this bay window. So what I need to make sure is that when we put these boards on, that they stack up nicely, that everything's sound. A few wobbly bits here and there, so I'll pre-drill all this hardwood and screw it properly, make sure everything's nice and tight. Everything's just hand nailed previously, so we'll whack some screws in, and then we'll get all our isolation paper on, or the air cell in this area. We'll tuck it up underneath there, and then we'll carry on with cutting some boards and nailing some boards on. Alright, we've got around the corner of this little bay window, and we've got one of these little step out feature blocks that looks to be fairly hammered. Well, it is hammered, let's be honest, just like a few other things on that wall. Just like a few other things on the whole house, to be honest with you. What I'm going to do is recut this block out of a new piece of timber, or a second-hand piece of timber that we've got in our stockpile. I'll trace out the shape, I'll cut that, and then we'll screw it back on in this same location, and this little step out piece will be like brand new then. Unlike that post that we have on the deck that only has probably 2 nails in it, this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hand nails into this one little block. Maybe they used them all here and they run out over there, who knows, but I'm just going to cut it out. Easy as that. So a little block needs to be 90mm at the bottom. It's a triangle shape, so it's pretty easy, and 450mm long, and it tapers off to 0. So all we need to do is mark our 90mm here, our finish point there, and that's going to be 0. So it'll form a long triangle. We'll mark him up with our trusty little straight edge here. And we can cut away. Don't worry, that was just me asking a bit too much from the saw. That's why she was bogging down a little bit. Anyway, that right there is our brand new block. It's that simple. Okay, so we've got the little bay window secure. Everything coming around there is right and tight. We've got some screws down into some joists. I've re-screwed off all these little feature blocks. I've re-screwed all our corners off there. We'll check this wall here out. Everything seems to be okay. We've got a little bit of stop to fix up here. That's not going to stop us for now. We can put a stop on later. Always a couple more nails to pull out. And I think that marks time to start putting some air cell on. So before we get started on this cladding here, I'm just trying out this new style. Jilly's gone back to work now, and it's going to be me, you guys, my nail gun, the dogs, just a small group here. So this is a new style I'm trying out. It's a bit more productive where I'm just working, and I'm not telling a story like Jill can, because she can certainly tell a good story when she does the edit. If you like this style, let me know. I'm interested to hear. Good feedback, bad feedback, or positive criticism, we like to call it, is very welcome. So as I kick on with this next little bit here, just let me know what you think of this video. I'll be editing now myself as well, so it's just not going to be as crisp as it was. Bit more real, bit more down to earth, just me and you guys. So like I said, let me know. Thanks. Alrighty, so now that we've got our air cell on the wall where we can, we've got our timber covered up, we've done all our preparation ready for these boards with new pieces, more screws, a bit better fixing. We've gone ahead and marked out our studs ready to go, just so when we nail, we know we're going to hit a piece of timber. So the first board we can do is this little section here. It flows through underneath here on the first board, and then the second board comes up and finishes up behind this little bay window, and then the bay window comes in and overlaps this flat wall here. It's a bit hard to see now, but as I chip through it, you'll understand what I mean. Anyway, we can cut a few boards for here, and we can start making our way up. Let's work out what we've got to do. Alright, something like 1240 is going to be fine, and we can cut through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get 6 boards cut at 1240. So we're chipping through these moldboards we had left over. Jill prepped these up a fair while ago and they've been sitting under the house. As you can see, this board here has got a bit of damage on it, as do all the boards, so we'll just waste that piece. That's fine, we've got plenty more board here. And like I said, we've got 6 at 1240, so we can set up a stop on our saw bench and we can bulk cut 6 at a time. Well, that's a good start. But you know what time it is. Smoko time. Now with smoko over and a fresh cup of tea, we'll get back into it. Let's just head up this wall here. We'll get it done for you, and then we're gonna nail it off properly. And I've got a little trick. Wait for this one. Those that have been following along have given me some good advice. I'm about to nail these hardwood boards into some hardwood studs, and what I've got is a long hand nail, bullet head nail, 70mm in length, about 3.7mm in thickness. And there's an old trick that some of you old followers know, thanks very much. It involves a bar of soap. This might act as a bit of a lubricant as it goes in, just to make it slippery and smooth. Let me pre-drill a hole and we're going to try one out. Alright, here goes nothing. Plenty of soap on that nail, pre-drilled. All the way, you little beauty. Thanks very much. That works a treat. Let's do a few more. Nail number 2. Bit of soap. All the way. Nail number 3. More soap. Nail number 4. Rinse and repeat. More soap. No bent nails yet. It's a good start. Thanks to those who commented on this one. This is a game changer. I just got the bar of soap sitting over here. Give him a little rub. Lube him up. Every time. Let's go. Unreal. Now we're getting it done. That's fantastic. Well, that might pull up this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A little bit of something different, and we're chipping away. Don't worry, I'm going to miss Jill now that she's gone back to work. Things are going to slow down for me up here at the house, but it's been a pleasure having her for 3 months. I wouldn't change it for the world. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's an old saying. There's plenty more sayings, but the show goes on with or without her. Look forward to doing a bit more up here each and every day, so come along for the ride. I welcome any feedback, and we'll see you again soon.